Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambry.
This is Blessed to Ball, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. Knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Blessed to Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket. Blessed to Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant.
Blessed to Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Blessed to Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Blessed to Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play.
Blessed to Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Blessed to Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Blessed to Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it, and my name is Strategic.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How you doing? My name is Coach Carvel Bailey, and I want to welcome you to the show today. I want to welcome you to the show today. It's a little bit later, but nevertheless, I want to welcome you to the show. But let me know where you're learning from today. Excuse me. What city and state are you learning from today, right? We always like to know where we're reaching, how far we're reaching, who we're able to teach, who we're able to help take their mentality and their game to the next level. All right. So today, come on in here and make sure that you hit that share button. Make sure that you hit the share button and share this with somebody that you know has a deep appreciation for Kobe Bryant. All right. Somebody that you know that has a deep appreciation for Kobe Bryant, even possibly, right, yourself. So if it's Kobe, even if it's Jordan, right? Kobe learned a lot of his stuff, mannerisms, everything from Michael Jordan. But today we're going to talk about Kobe Bryant, right? We stopped and we paused kind of all week in memory of that day 2 years ago, right? When we all got the news, right? We all know how it felt, right? Do you remember? Let me ask you, do you remember where you was when you heard the news of Kobe Bryant's untimely death, right? Do you know where you was? I know where I was, and I know what happened and how it all transpired, right? I was sitting in church, me, my wife, our kids, and I was holding my son, and we were in church, and my wife leaned over, and she whispered in my ear, and she told me what happened. And I rushed out to church, right? Like I rushed out the sanctuary because I was like, as everybody, caught off guard, totally emotional. And I'm a Michael Jordan fan, hands down, right? Like Kobe Bryant, everything. But once we lost him, it really hit me. And I remember sitting in church, right, in the hallway at church, just bawling, and people were, because I don't think it really had hit the airwaves yet, right? My wife got an alert on her phone, and she had checked it, and that's when she leaned over to me, and I was in church, just in the hallway, like crying, just totally emotional, because I understood what type of individual Kobe Bryant was. I understood what Kobe Bryant brought to the game. And I also really appreciated more what he brought to just life in the game of basketball and people after he was done playing. There was a lot of secrets that Kobe never shared because he was playing. He was the ultimate competitor. So I want to ask you, right, is your athlete the ultimate competitor? Is your athlete even a competitor, right? Do they understand that they're in a competition? So part of that competition, are they competing to the best of their ability each and every day that they go out. And because Kobe Bryant was a competitor, Kobe Bryant didn't share a lot of his trade secrets while he was playing. But once he was done playing, we saw him working with other players, doing other things. He was sharing those trade secrets that a lot of people were privy to. NBA players, college players, WNBA players, that they weren't privy to when Kobe was playing, because he had to keep an edge on it, right? He had to keep a edge above everybody, right? So what I want to share today, right? And I'm not going to be before you long. I still need to, right? It's a late lunch and learn, but I still need to eat my salad. But what I want to bring to you, right? So Kobe Bryant had 10 rules, 10 top rules for success. And I'm going to just share 3 of those with you today, right? I'm going to just share 3 of those top 10 rules that Kobe Bryant had for success. All right. And so that first rule, the first rule that Kobe Bryant had for success was make sacrifices. Now, let me ask you, what type of sacrifices is your athlete making to make sure that they get better, to make sure that they're able to get to a level, but then sustain that level of success throughout their career, throughout the season, throughout life? So what sacrifices is your athlete making, or are they even making any sacrifices? A lot of athletes say they want to go Division I. I was just talking with a coworker, right, the other day, and he was speaking about how he went to go see a Marquette University practice. And just the level of practice on that level, right? The way that level practices, most players don't even play games at that intensity level. So what type of sacrifices is your athlete putting in to make sure that they can be at a certain level, play at a certain level, sustain a certain level to get better? Are they sacrificing some sleep? Are they sacrificing going to parties? Are they sacrificing, drinking water for pop, whatever that may be, right? Are they sacrificing putting their phones down to be able to pick up a book and study? Like, what type of sacrifices is your athlete making? Or are they just not making any sacrifices? And then to take it a step further, right? What type of sacrifices is the families of athletes making to make sure that they can be the best that they can be? So I ask you, right, even as a parent, now you may say, right, we made sacrifices, we travel and we do all of those things. Okay. What other sacrifices are you making? I don't know what type of sacrifice you're making, if you're making them, but in order for athletes to be successful, not only do they have to make sacrifices, but those sacrifices affect other people. So then other people have to make sacrifices also. Does that make sense? Right? If Kobe Bryant wasn't with his wife for as long of the amount of time that he wanted to be with her, say during the season, he had to make sacrifices, but also her wanting her husband, she too had to make sacrifices on her end also. Does that make sense? Right? Because the sacrifice is not just for one person. The sacrifice involves other people also, because other people are affected by the sacrifices that we make. So the first rule that Kobe Bryant had for success, again, I'm only giving you 3 of Kobe Bryant's top 10 rules for success, right? And the first one was making sacrifices. Now, the second thing that Kobe Bryant, right, the second rule that Kobe Bryant had for success was one move at a time. One move at a time. And what Kobe Bryant meant by this, you can take it a number of ways, right? Most athletes are already predetermining the move they want to make before they get down court. They're predetermining what move they're going to make before they see what the defense allows. Sometimes the defense predetermines what they're going to do before they see what the offense does, right? But what Kobe Bryant was speaking of is one move at a time, meaning start at your goal. Figure out what the goal is and start there. Most athletes work their way forward. What Kobe Bryant did was work his way backwards. I'm going to say that again. And Kobe Bryant meant by one move at a time, he wasn't talking about going forward. He was talking about going backwards. And the only way to go backwards, you have to identify what that goal is. So if your athlete's goal, let's say, is to play college basketball, now they have to do things backwards. You have to start with the ending in mind, right? I think the late, great Jim Rohn said, start with the ending in mind. If I know I want to be a Division I basketball player, then guess what I have to do? I have to now do those things that's going to get me to that Division I level, that's going to get me to that college level. I'm not going to just do things that I think is going to get me there. I have to know in my mind that that's where I want to go. And once you know where you're going, you'll then know what things won't get you there. See, some people do things hoping that it gets them there, but they really don't even know where they're going. But once you know the goal, the end point, when you know where you're going, now you're better able to identify what things won't get them there. Remember I talked about water or pop? Well, if I'm trying to go to that next level, I know pop won't get me there. Does that make sense? But if I'm moving forward, I may say, hey, I can drink some pop and, then I can do something else later. So when Kobe said one move at a time, understand what it means to start with the ending in mind and work your way backwards. One step, one move at a time. So that was the second thing, right? So the first thing Kobe said is make sacrifices. That's the number one thing that you have to do if you want to be successful. The second thing is one step at a time, one move at a time. Start with the ending in mind and work backwards. And then the third thing, right? The third of 10 things that Kobe Bryant, right? His top 10 rules for success. I'm only giving you 3. That third thing was trust your skills, right? See, Kobe Bryant figured, and he knew that you're going to face the same thing over and over again in your life. So when you hone your skills, when you work on your skills, you may not think that that skill is working at that particular time. Man, I want to improve my 3-point jump shot. Well, you may think that 3-point shot is not working, right? I'm working on my 3-point jumper. Your athlete is working on their shot, but when they get in the games, it's not working. Too many people just focus on that. It's not working. Then they get frustrated. Well, are they making sacrifices? Are they moving, right, one step at a time? But even though they may not think that thing that they're working on is working, it's actually working. Because as one of my coaches told me, right, one of my personal development coaches, they said, even though that thing may seem to not work, it's working because it's working on you. So when your athlete is in the gym working on those shots, the form, the technique, whatever it is that they're doing, and they may think it's not working. They don't see themselves hitting more shots. Shot percentage is not going up, but it's working on them mentally. It's working on them in their heart, emotionally. Does that make sense? Right? It's working on them. And so you have to understand that even though it may seem like it's not working, it is working. Right? So therefore, trust your skills. You got to be able to trust your skills. That was my daughter calling. All right. So, right, we live and direct, right? But got to answer the call when family call, right? Sacrifice, all right? Got to sacrifice to answer that call for my kids. So, trust your skills. Is your athlete really, really working on their skills so that then their skills can work on them? I'm going to say that again slowly. Is your athlete really working on their skills so their skills can then work on them? Does that make sense? And eventually, working on those skills, then you start to trust them because you can say, I've been there before. Your athlete can say, I've been there before. Kobe Bryant down 4, 6, 8 points in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, whatever. He understood he had been there before mentally. We talk about Mamba mentality. He understood he had been there mentally, and so he trusts his skills. A lot of athletes don't trust their skills. And a lot of times they don't trust their skills because they're not working on their skills. So the 3 things that Kobe Bryant said, right? 3 out of the 10, Kobe Bryant said, 1, make sacrifices. 2, do things one move, one step at a time. And that's starting with the ending in mind and now working backwards instead of working forwards. And then the 3rd thing is you have to trust your skills because you've either been there before or you're going to get there. But once either of them happen, you'll know how to overcome it. All right. So like those are the 3 things that I want for you to be able to help your athlete focus on and really, really pay attention to. Does that make sense? Right? I hope that makes sense to you all. Right? And then the essence, right, of this. So again, it's 10. It's 10 rules that Kobe Bryant had for success. I only covered 3 today. But what we're doing, right? What I'm doing, me and my team on February the 5th, we're actually having, right? We're bringing it back because we've been asked, hey, when is that masterclass coming back, right? So we're bringing back our Mamba Mentality Masterclass. And it's literally a 3-hour masterclass. And we have 3 separate sessions in which we really break down the Mamba mentality. We go over those 10 rules for success that Kobe Bryant said in detail. We go over that in detail. And then we have a session in which we help athletes develop like a Mamba mentality workout plan for themselves. And then we start in session 1. We're really, really understanding what the Mamba mentality is. See, a lot of people don't really understand what the Mamba mentality is. But when you understand it, when your athlete can understand it, then it'll help them move forward. And we literally giving this away, right? We literally giving this away. The investment for the Mamba Mentality Masterclass is $81. $81, right? Kobe dropped 81 on Toronto. It's $81. Right? That's dinner in the movie for a family of 2, really. Dinner in the movie for a couple. Valentine's Day. So we giving it away because we want for athletes to start understanding the game a little bit better. To start having a little more heart, confidence, fortitude, to help them get to the levels in which they want to get to. Because I'm fighting a war right now, right? Figuratively speaking, on bad basketball. And we're going to help those individuals, those athletes. And guess what? If you're a coach and you want to be a part of the masterclass, by all means, register. $81, right? Parents, get your athletes registered for the Mamba Mentality Masterclass. $81. That's it. But I've gave you 3. Even if you don't register, even if you say, man, I'm not paying 81, I'm not paying this dude no money. I'm not paying, $81. I don't think that my athlete is worth me investing in them learning the game. I just want to buy them some gym shoes. I just want to pay for them to play on certain teams. I just want to travel and go to different states and different things and let my athletes show whatever they have. I don't really want to invest in their development, probably because I'm not invested in mine. Hey, that's totally cool. But if that's you, then just remember the 3 things that I said. Make those sacrifices. Go about things one step, one move at a time. And then be able to have your athlete trust their skills. But now if you're one of the minority, if you're one of the 1% that say, hey, I need something different to be able to help my athlete really, really not only understand the game, but get to a level that they need to get to become successful. If that's you, then go register for the Mama Mentality Masterclass. Go register for it, $81. And in 3 hours, watch your athlete's mindset change and watch their game change. All right. So it's Coach Carvel Bailey. I just wanted to drop that on y'all. I appreciate y'all checking in. Remember, share this with somebody that you know, right? That not only loves Kobe Bryant, but they understand and they appreciate the game of basketball, and they understand that the body can't do anything without first the mind moving it. All right? Coach Carvel Bailey, peace.
Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambry.
This is Blessed to Ball, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. Knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Blessed to Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket. Blessed to Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant.
Blessed to Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Blessed to Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Blessed to Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play.
Blessed to Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Blessed to Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Blessed to Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it, and my name is strategic.